Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is a 2000 point Warhammer 40k battle report. What are battle reports? Well, you buy your models, you build your models. I loosely say paint your models. I'll explain why in a second. And then you put them in the list and play a game. And that's what this is today. Now I say loosely paint your models because realistically a lot of us will build models and it'll be on the table as very plastic, or build the models, undercoat them so they're undercoated, or undercoat them and start working on them because you don't want to rush them. You're working on them, but you want them on the table, so you end up playing them half painted. That's the realisticness of it. So for all my regulars here, guys, I would love, thank you very much. I'll see you in a minute. So you would have seen from the thumbnail, Death Guard are hitting the table absolutely insane. I'm really pleased with this codex. Now I picked a detachment. I made a list, sent it to Mark, and then upon looking through the codex again and just looking at different things, I'm like, oh, I could have put this on the table with this, and there's so many amazing combinations on there. Hopefully over the next few weeks, few months, I'll be showing you different combinations with stuff on there. But one thing this codex has done for me, now I'd never liked Death Guard at the beginning. I got the Comic Patrol box, I started working on it, and actually really fell in love with it. I like the way they play on the table and all that sort of stuff. But the main thing this codex has done for me is want me to go and buy more Death Guard models, which is what all codexes should be doing. You know, when you get your new new codex for the faction you have, it should be that good that you want to buy more models to have different ideas and different combinations. For example, the Poxwalkers can now infiltrate, which is amazing. My little brain was saying, well, how about 3 units of 20 Poxwalkers each? 60 models infiltrating across the table. Even if your opponent puts one down first, and then you put one down second, that unit of 20, you can really string that out and restrict where they can put, their guys. Even if you have to have one strung out and then the next one behind them strung out, and the next one almost in your deployment zone or just to the side there strung out. There's a big blob going forward and just to try and have to deal with. Coupled with the fact Typhus can lead them. So all of a sudden you've got Typhus, I say infiltrating with them as it should be. It doesn't say in the codex that he can't. Maybe in the next couple of weeks, maybe a month, might be an FAQ that says yes he can or no he can't. I don't know. But with that said, the Noxus Blightbringer can lead them as well, even if another character is already in the unit. So, that would be one unit with Typhus and one of those infiltrated, 2 other units of Poxwalkers infiltrated with a Noxus Blightbringer. That's not what I've got today, because I only saw that afterwards. I was like, oh. Like I said, I made this list, I sent it to Mark, and then it's like, I was just looking through the book and I was going, oh, hold on, I've noticed this, but that's just one thing that I've noticed that could be done. Like I said, they might, in a month's time, say no, if he's leading the unit loses infiltrate. I don't see why, because if you have a Technomancer leading a unit of Canaptic Wraiths, and you give him the enhancement so he can infiltrate, the unit infiltrates. So I don't see why it wouldn't be the same. And they gain the infantry keyword as well, so they can go through, I'm sure they do, so I don't see why it wouldn't be the same. But anyway, I'm going to bring you down and show you my models and my list and go for my battle plan as always. Now, at the time of filming this, we're not playing till tomorrow. Okay, so I'm a bit ahead of myself. As it stands at the moment, it should be Nids. Death Guard versus Nids. That might change, I don't know, but it should be Death Guard versus Nids. If it isn't, then ignore what I've just said, because we did arrange this at the beginning of the weekend, and the only day available for both of us is Friday. So I'm going to bring now show my list and run through my rough battle plan, and I'm very happy. Now I will say I can't find 5 Poxwalkers for some reason. I should have 15 left to paint, and I can't find 5 of them, which is very confusing and frustrating. They're around somewhere, and I will find them. So I've just chucked five cultists into one of the units just to buff it up a little bit to a 10 models unit. And I was going to build 5 Chaos Space Marine Terminators to run with the Blight Lord Terminators, but where I was sick last, for 4 or so days, I didn't have the chance to do that. So I've got 5 World Eater Terminators in there just to buff that unit out. Okay, so just ignore the colours on them, ignore the 5 cultists. They're part of those units and going to work away. I've got one other character that I'm running as a different character today, just because I thought, oh, let me try that little combination. Again, like I said, it's just this codex has just made me want to go and buy more Death Guard models. But anyway, I'm going to bring those, show my army, go for the battle plan. Right, before we get into the army, this is the detachment I'm leading, Death Lords Chosen. And basically, in your opponent's command phase, roll 2d6 for each afflicted enemy unit, subtracting 1 from the result if that unit is below half strength. If the result is 6 or less, the enemy unit suffers d3 mortal wounds. That is lovely, especially if you're in combat and the combat's not going too good. Also, you could have a potential of inflicting d3 mortal wounds and actually swing the combat in your favour. Now, where it says afflicted, where are we? Afflicted enemy units. An enemy unit becomes afflicted if it's inside a contagion range. Okay, there are some things that make them afflicted. Is it signal pox? Is that one I was looking for? Yeah. So this is a stratagem. Select one objective marker within 30 inches of your Lord of Virulence and visible to your model until the start of your next turn. While an enemy unit is within range of that objective marker, that unit is afflicted. So it counts as being inside a contagion range. Okay. Now the contagion range, it starts off at let me see if I can find the correct page to show you. Okay, so here it is. Okay, so this says about the afflicted. Now you start off with, sorry, where are we? You start off with -1 toughness. So any enemies inside this range is -1 toughness first of all. So the first battle round is 3 inches. That's the area of contagion. Second battle round is 6 inches, and the third battle round is 9 inches. Well, third battle round onwards is 9 inches. Okay. Where are we? So when they're afflicted, as in when they're inside the contagion range, sorry, they subtract 1 from their toughness. Okay, and then you choose one of these other 3 to be part of that as well. So you can make it so that enemies are -1 to hit when they're in contagion range, which is very nice as well. Make it so they're -1 to their armor saves. So let's say you're shooting them with a -1, so a -0 AP weapon. Okay, they can't pop armor attempt or anything like that, because this just worsens it. It's not any minus the AP or increase the AP. So if you're hitting them with, say, a -1 AP weapon and they popped armor content, the AP -1 becomes 0, but they would still be at -1 armor save. So that's very nice as well. And you've got this one, which is worse than the models, worse than the move, leadership, and objective control characteristics of models in this unit by 1. This rule can only worsen the model's objective control characteristics to a minimum of 1. Okay, so that's pretty handy as well. But see, when you're talking at toughness 6 Space Marines, you're not really going to worry about outscoring anyone on objectives. You're going to be smashing units to bits on objectives. I think I'm going to go with this -1 to armor save. But I don't know. See, this one is quite nice, but they have to be in contagion range. So all he would do is stay outside of contagion range. So I think this one is the best one. Okay. Right, so my army warlord is a Lord of Virulence, which is just using Terminator armor. I've given him the enhancement to give them +1 movement. Okay. Now Mark was saying to me I should really take the one that makes them lone operative unless you're within 18 inches, which is very nice, but it's still a 5-inch move if I do that. So now they have a 6-inch move. I think that's the one I'm going to go with for now. So I have Belcher. This is going to be a blight launcher because it is a Reaper autocannon, but it should be a blight launcher. I have a Reaper autocannon here, so there's 10 blight lord terminators there. Okay, he has the heavy plague weapon. I have a unit of 2 blight haulers. I have 2 bloat drones with the launcher, the blight launcher. I have one with the twin spewers. I have a predator annihilator, whose rules have slightly changed, which is nice. I have 2 10-man plague marines squads. Sergeant has power fist and plasma gun. This one has 2 belchers, 2 plasma guns, and a spewer, and then 3 bolt guns, and an icon of despair. It's led by a malefic black caster, and this guy is not the surgeon. He's going to be one of these guys. Okay, so both of these guys are one of these. Okay, just I have him as well. Biologist, I think he is. So I'm going to have 2 of those in the list. Here's one. This unit has power fist, plasma gun on the sergeant, plasma gun and a melter gun, a blight launcher, a spewer, and then 2 heavy plague weapons. Okay, so this is more of a fighty combat unit. I have 3 units of 10 poxwalkers, and I have 2 rhinos. Now, so obviously these 2 units are going into a rhino each. The plan is to move them up and just jump them all out and just start trying to cause a nuisance as much as I can on objectives. Okay, even if these guys go forward and start just being a menace, but these guys stay on the objective, that's cool, because these guys don't have the regenerate 1 wound every command phase now. What they have is when they shoot an enemy unit and they hit them, I pick one of those enemy units. Okay, so say this unit was shooting 2 different enemy units, I pick one of those. Any models that have got out of this transport this turn, then get rerolled to wound against that target. So that's very, very nice, especially with like your auto hitting spewers and stuff like that. Very, very nice. 3 units of 10 poxwalkers. Again, I'm going to try and infiltrate them up the table. Now, if Mark puts an infiltrator down first to try and screen me out, I will put a 10-man poxwalker blob down and try and string them out. That restricts where he's going to place stuff. Okay. Now that could backfire because he could squeeze in a space, and then I'm going to struggle to put another unit. But even if he does squeeze in a space and I struggle to get something in there the way I want it, it's still going to make him put models in place he doesn't want to. Okay, if he doesn't fall for that, again, he's putting the model somewhere else on the table where it's probably going to be useful, but it's just not where he would have initially gone for. And if that is the case, then I put the second unit, somewhere near the first one, and then the third one, so they can just all push forward and start just pushing up on objectives and being a nuisance of themselves. Now, one thing that's changed from this list from this army is Death Guard don't get sticky objectives anymore. There is a detachment that allows you to have that, but before the codex dropped, they had that as standard. They don't have that anymore, which is cool. The Predator Annihilator is probably going to go up one flank and just start bombarding from range with las cannons. The Blight Haulers, again, same thing. They're going to, there's 20 wounds there in that unit. Toughness 9. they're going to go forward and just be a nuisance. They have multi-metal reach, they have missile launcher and have a split attack, so very, very handy. These guys have movement of 10. They're single units, so single model units, so they can just literally just fly to wherever they need. This guy has the ability to shoot on a turn which he falls back out of combat. And these guys have their abilities with their blight launcher. It does like a poison gas type thing. Now the Terminators, this is the conundrum for me, because my first thought was putting them into deep strike, okay, and then Mark's going to think I'm going to deep strike him in his deployment zone and try and scream me out. Now my idea would be then to deep strike them somewhere in the middle of the table, just to be a nuisance and sit there and say, come deal with me, because he has an ability that he has a 30-inch range. He targets one enemy unit they can see. Is it one enemy unit or is it a... Let me just double check. I think it's one enemy unit they can see. Right, so his ability gives you to reroll the wound roll, yeah, from ranged attacks, which is nice. That's when he's leading the unit. And the Blight Bombardment. At the start of your shooting phase, select one enemy unit within 30 inches and visible to this model. And to the end of the phase, each time a friendly Death Guard model makes a ranged attack that targets that unit, reroll a hit roll of 1. If that attack is made with a blast weapon, you can reroll the hit roll instead, which is very, very tasty. One other thing that's very tasty with him, he has Twin Plague Spewers, Anti-Infantry 2+, ignores cover, it's Torrent, so it auto hits, and it's twin linked. So that is absolutely savage, because he's D6 shots, strength 5, and it's AP -1, but he's rerolled his Anti-Infantry 2+, so it's anything, if we're shooting at infantry, it's 2s to wound, and you can re-roll it, so it's twin linked. That's very savage. I mean, he's toughness 7 as well. So now the thing that makes him really savage in combat, he's a power fist with lethal hits. He's hitting with that power fist on 2s. 5 attacks, hitting on 2, strength 8. Yeah, AP 2 and 2 damage apiece. That's absolutely savage. Right, so all I'm going to do for the rest of the day is try and get as many of these finished off as possible. Look for the other 5 Poxwalkers. I'm going to give them a bit of slap chop and try and do the same way I did these ones, and just try and get as much of this finished ready for tomorrow. So yeah, and then tomorrow when Mark arrives up, we'll set up and we'll go through the game as normal. So yes, it's looking to be a very interesting game. I'm very, very excited to have Death Guard on the table with their new codex for the first time. Anyway guys, I'll see you in a second.
So I have 12 Von Ryan's Leapers and 2 squads of 6, 2 squads of 10 Gargoyles. I have 20 Termagants over there. Then I have, leading this army, I have Hive Tyrant with Venom Cannon. He has the enhancements, gives him a 5 of Feel No Pain, and then if he gets wounded it turns into 4 of Feel No Pain. I have 2 Exocrines, a Maleceptor, 6 Zoanthropes being led by Neuro Tyrant, and then I have a Broodlord with 10 Gene Stealers and 1 Lictor in reserves. I have a Death Leaper. Okay.
And you got the first turn,
yep.
So it's going to be very interesting.
So I have Containment.
So as always, we're going to do the first turn, come back to you and do the first turn and let you know what happened, because there's so much there's not much going to happen in the first turn, but it's usually pretty quick, sort of moving. Right, so Mark's turn 1, actually better than I thought it would be. He destroyed the Rhino from shooting. These guys didn't have enough space to jump out, so they had to roll for Desperate Breakout, and I lost 2 guys. The Terminators took a pounding. There's only the hero and 3 Terminators left. All these guys moved up. These guys moved up, shot, and moved again. Yeah, they shot the Terminators, didn't they? Moved again. The Maleceptor is what it's called.
Yeah.
Killed to cut the Poxwalkers. These guys have moved up, shot, and moved again to try and block them coming out. All these guys sweep down around there. They're the ones that done damage over here. So on to my turn 1. Let's see what I can get, what I can do.
So is it your turn?
Yeah. Right, so my turn was okay. Not too bad. We wiped out the unit of gargoyles. Just shimmied these guys over this way a bit. I couldn't move the Terminators because gargoyles were slap bang in front of us, which is not too bad. Everyone else moved up. Just trying to just figure out how am I going to deal with these guys, because it's a very nice army to you know, when you look in the book, but he has a lot of thinking to do with it. You know, like with the Drukhari, you have to do a lot of staging, and there's a lot of thinking to do with it. But these guys were afflicted anyway because I used the stratagem on there, so they will take some, hopefully some more wounds. Apart from that, gargoyle's been taken out. There's not really much that happened. So we're going to go on to Mark's turn 2.
So you got...
Right, so Mark's turn 2 was actually quite tasty. The gargoyles moved, moved. Back in front of the Terminators to be annoying again. Good job.
What I do?
One of my leapers came over, charged the Poxwalkers, took them out very, very easily, and then piled into this guy. He's still... Oh no, he's done his attack, didn't he?
He did his attack, yeah.
So it's gonna...
No, he didn't do his attacks.
Oh, so I'll do that in a second, yeah. Malceptor
did fuck all.
Yeah.
He killed 1 Plague Marine.
The one of my leapers made a massive, lucky 6-inch added advance onto their normal move. These guys all just bombarded this area. Killed the other guy here.
Yeah, I didn't do a whole lot there.
No. Done some wounds on this.
Did wounds on that. Killed 1 Blight Hauler. And then I rolled a lot of 1s.
Genestealers have done very well.
Did a lot.
They came in, just lifted the unit down to 1 character with 2 wounds left.
He needs Battle Shock.
Yeah. And definitely Pro there charged into them, into the Poxwalkers, and killed a couple. So now it's on to my turn 2. Time to score some points, I think. Right, so my turn 2 was a little bit fruity. The Terminators, I pulled your man back out of combat first of all, but he was battle shocked because I wanted to shoot him with the Terminators. I pulled him back, and of course I failed it, so he died because there were 2 was left. This lad came over here, shot the Genestealers, ended up charging them, taking them down to 2 Genestealers and a Broodlord. The Blight Hauler shot at a few things, but ended up charging the Gargoyles, killing those, and then coming into the Genestealers there. The Poxwalkers charged the Zoanthropes. These guys done a heroic intervention, and they wiped out the Poxwalkers. The Rhino came up, guys jumped out, Rhino shot at them because that was a target of Mr. Man's ability. Done a bit of damage, chipping away on them, nothing too tasty. This guy's down to 6 wounds left now because of these guys messing him up. And now it's on to Mark's turn 3. So now it's going to be, I don't know, it's going to be a bit of a slap on I think now. It was slap.
Okay. D6 plus 3 plus blast. So D6 plus 5 basically. 9.
This is the exocrine shooting the Plague Marines, yeah?
Yeah. 2s because I stood still. And
there's only 6s there.
No, there's no 6s. No. 3s. These are AP3. You do have cover, so
and these
AP2. So 5 up, 7.
Come on.
1. So that's 6 dead.
Yep, out of 10. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I have 11 because there's a hero in there as well.
Cool. The back one is going to shoot the Rhino.
Okay.
So I think that's probably the hardest thing to kill here now. 1. CP reroll. Yeah, fine. No, because I already CP'd this turn, so I can't do that. So 4 shots. 1 wound. No, sorry. Rhino's toughness 10 is toughness 9, isn't it?
I think
Maybe Death Guard one is tougher, but
2 wounds. Nope.
cool. 6 damage.
So he's down to 4 wounds left.
Cool. D3 shots. 2. 2s. 4s. 1. Maybe 3.
Nope.
No, 3 damage.
So he's down to 1 wound now.
And then the Biovore at the back into that as well.
Yep.
Yeah. 3 shots. 2 hits. That's dev. So 2 dev wounds. So does it blow?
Does it explode? No. Unfortunately.
Cool. And then it just charges. So Maleceptor will charge the Blighthauler. Yep. This guy will charge them.
Yep.
Yep. They'll charge them. Yep. Jeez, I'm just rolling fucking like 10s and 9s here for all my charges. I haven't failed a single charge today.
No, you haven't.
Sorry.
No, don't say sorry. He's...
Cool. So fights first stage.
This comes in.
So I'll fight first here because he has fights first.
I don't think none of mine have fight first, so you can just work away.
Yeah.
That's on the Poxwalkers, yeah? They're going to be dead.
Are they though?
The toughness is 4.
Yeah, and I haven't rolled enough to kill them. So
Okay.
I only have 2 wounds there.
And damage 2, isn't it?
Damage 2, yeah.
So the first one, feel no pain, dead.
Yeah, so there'll be 1 left. Cool.
Okay.
Then the Hive Tyrant.
He's going to mangle this unit.
So he has 6 attacks. 2s.
Sustained.
2 sustained. And 3s were twin linked.
How many is that?
8 should be. 7, sorry. AP2, 3 damage.
Come on.
Nope.
Jesus. So 7 dead, that's the whole squad.
And he goes into there.
Well, I think the character will be on one wound actually. The character will be on 1 wound actually. Should we... Oh wait, hold on. There's
3 damage each.
There's 4 guys there.
Yeah.
There's 3, 4. Yeah, he's dead. Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
I thought there was more guys there.
Okay.
Onto the...
Lighthearted. Maleceptor. 3 attacks.
The toughness 9.
Nope, nothing.
Okay.
And
From Ryan's Leapers.
I should have spent CP. Give them lethals for this turn. Do you mind if I just do that?
Yeah, of course you can. You haven't rolled no dice for them, so there's no issue.
So 1. One lethal.
The toughness 9.
Yeah. 3 wounds. So far. Eight wounds. Sorry, I'm filtering out 3s and 2s. 8 wounds plus 3 is 11 wounds. Minus 1, so 4 ups.
9, 10, 11. Yeah, so 4 up.
Nice.
Jeez. 3 go through.
Yeah.
So
You're taking.
he's down to 3 wounds now.
Cool.
Right, so my fight's back. He'll be fighting back over against Lucius first.
I'll give them a 5 of him with him.
Yep. So 4 attacks, 3's to hit, and -1 to hit. Am I against them in combat?
Yes.
Okay, so 4's to hit now, 6 is a lethal. Oh, just one lethal hit.
Cool.
And that's it.
Damage?
1 each.
Nope, I'll shoot. Anything else?
That's it. He only has one, obviously, the close combat attack.
So this is the Gene Stealers.
Yeah.
Rerolling ones. Sorry, I should put them together. Rerolling ones. And this is just looking for 6 is really 1. And that's it.
Is that dead wound, yeah?
Yeah.
Damage?
1. And then this is the Broodlord. Rerolling 1s for the unit. And strength 5, so it's still 6s, is it?
It's toughness 9.
That's 9, so 5s. But 6s are dev.
And these are 2 damage each, right?
Yeah. So he's 8. He has a 2-up save.
He has a 3+ armor save, 5+
So it's
invulnerable.
AP 2, so yeah. Oh, there it is. So that's 3 dev anyway, plus another dev from the
7.
so 7 dev. So fail either of these and he dies.
AP's minus
2.
Okay, so 5 up anyway. No.
No.
Does he explode?
Those Gene Stealer fucking blob has done a lot of
Yeah.
work.
No, it doesn't explode.
I underestimated the Brood. The Broodlord is fucking
Yeah,
amazing.
he is. He boosted them up by giving them dev wounds. And
Yeah, but that fucking blob, I would run like 2 of those blobs would be class. Like in Vanguard Invaders as well.
And they can scout, isn't it?
What?
They can scout.
They scout 8.
Yeah, that's just.
They're disgusting.
Yeah. Do you think what they've taken on so far? They took on the Plague Marines.
The Terminators.
The
They
Terminators.
survived the Terminators.
And they destroyed this as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They are disgusting.
Anyway,
Yeah.
that is about it now.
They're fucking class.
They are. They're very good.
I've never run that blob before. I've only run Gene Stealers before.
Yeah, a little squad of 5.
And they were
yeah.
kind of alright. But like with the Broodlord, they're fucking amazing.
I know, that is very, very good. That is very, very good.
It's the first time running Nids in a good while. We haven't
No,
done
I
this
know.
in the channel in ages.
I know.
Yeah.
And it's actually the first time Death Guard face Nids,
Yeah.
which is,
If you want to try, I know you're building up Nids and stuff. If you want to like try running Nids sometime and learning, you can just use mine if you want. But.
yeah. So what are your thoughts on the Death Guard list? Not on the list, but the codex overall.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's similar, but I don't think you really showed the worst it could be there.
Yeah.
I think the Poxwalkers. You should have done what I did with I think the Poxwalkers having infiltrate is brilliant.
Yeah.
Because you can do what I did to you with the Gargoyles.
Yeah.
And base just lock your opponent, lock your opponent in their deployment zone. Like you just string them 9 inches from all their board edges, and you just don't let them out. I think that's the play with the Poxwalkers, and then maybe like you kind of want 20 of them. You kind of want 60 of them minimum.
Yeah.
How much are they for 20?
120 points.
So you go, and they have OC.
Yeah.
So they can do
OC
actions.
1, I think it is.
They can do actions.
Yeah.
So you go 60 Poxwalkers. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's 60 Poxwalkers, 30 Blight Lords, and 18
Death Shroud.
Death Shroud. And that's run, yeah. How much of Death Shroud?
I don't know, 100 and something, I
You
think.
wear like 130 for 3 or something like that.
Something like that. There might be 110 or
I think
120, something like
they
that.
have 4 wounds as well, don't they?
I think I'll tell you right now. I'm saying I don't know, but I'll tell you right now. Death Shroud Terminators have 4 wounds, yeah.
So like there's a lot of damage 3 in the game.
Yeah.
Like the Exocrines there. The Exocrines are only like there's a lot of wasted firepower with the Exocrines then.
Yeah.
Into Death Shroud. Or into Death Shroud. I think Death Shroud are like even in that the Brotmus detachment, Death Shroud are brilliant in it.
Yeah, because they get the scout move.
The scout and what's it called?
The stealth.
The stealth. Like, it made them very strong. And now if they have 3-inch drops, it makes them even fucking more annoying.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of play in... I think they're going to get nerfed. Fuck.
They can drop within 6 inches of an afflicted enemy.
Okay.
Or 9 inches from anyone else.
So 6 inches from an afflicted enemy, you can just make a deployment. You can use a CP to make everything within range of a objective marker afflicted.
Yeah.
So then you can drop it in 6 of them.
Yeah.
So it's a non-engine. Like, people have to be on objective. So
yeah.
So within 6 inches of but
afflicted unit.
If they're not afflicted, can they not have to do 9?
9 inches, yeah.
So I suppose what you could do then is you could put a unit on an objective marker and then do this with everything around outside of it that aren't on the objective marker.
Yeah.
So yeah, you've inflicted the unit on the objective marker is afflicted. You'd be like, he's afflicted, but you can't drop it in 9 inches of him, of all of these. So like, that's how you beat that.
Yeah.
But like, the only armies that really have enough models to really do shit like that is Nids.
Yeah.
Or
Orcs.
Guard or Orcs.
But you don't want Orcs doing that. You want them up the table fighting.
Yeah, but like, Orcs are probably a problem army for, because Orcs probably don't care that their save is gone.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. Like, today it's like, oh, you've taken away my save. I don't care.
Yeah.
Grant. Yeah, I don't do shit. Like, I already assumed
you have the numbers to take that.
I already assumed I didn't have a save. Like, I'm basing everything off the concept of not having a save. So I'd say Orcs are a problem for this army.
Yeah.
And I would say Nids are a problem for them. Space Wolves, like Thunderwolf spam, probably a problem for them.
Yeah.
But like, you probably don't go the -1 save to Space Wolves. You probably go...
Yeah, because they have no effects on the 4+ invulnerable save.
Yeah, so you probably go... Is there a -1 to hit?
There is a -1 to hit, yeah.
So you probably go -1 to hit against Space Wolves, or like armies that have shitloads of invulnerable saves. Who's that? A -1 to hit in melee.
It's where are we? Each time a model finishes makes an attack, subtract 1 from the hit roll.
You have to be afflicted to be in melee range. So I think that's a good one against like combat armies.
Yeah. Especially with Wolfren, is hitting on 5s normally, aren't they?
With which?
Wolfren.
The Wolfen hit on 3s normally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it their weapons that hit on
They're
5s?
shooting hits on
Okay.
lower. The Wolves hit on 4s. The Thunderwolf Cavalry. This is the correct way to put away termagants.
Just so my viewers can see the correct way of putting away termagants. Very nice. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed that. I should have remembered about the gargoyles or termagants, whatever it is, coming forward and blocking me in my deployment zone. That's a rookie mistake. That's my mistake. Rookie mistake. I should have remembered that. But as Mark said, you want to be running Death Shroud Terminators in this detachment. You want to run, 30 Blightlord Terminators. I think I like this detachment so far. The first game from the codex, I like this detachment. I still need to give the others a go. The other detachments a go. But next week is going to be World Eaters, then it'll probably be something else, and I'll probably come back to Death Guard just to keep it different every week. I sort of messed up a little bit because I had a bloat drone sitting on the backfield, just sitting there. Now I had the twin spewers, so if we brought anything in, I could take care of it. But I should have really had tried to squeeze in a five-man Plague Marine squad and just had them sitting there with a spewer in there and a belcher just sitting there, so they got their torrent weapons so they could also hit. That's what I should have done. But as Mark said, there's a lot of learning to be done with this codex now. there's a lot of unit interactions that work really well with each other. I'm expecting the codex to be nerfed in the next couple of weeks. Whether that be the points increased on units, or whether that just be certain rules, you know, FAQ'd and changed. We looked up and actually ascertained that the characters, Lord Typhus and the other character, that can lead poxwalkers, they can lead them, but the poxwalkers cannot infiltrate them. Which, you know, okay, it's, you know, bit of a but it's okay. I, you know, thought that would be the case, but it's not in the codex. It's actually in the rulebook we actually looked at. I do think 60 poxwalkers on the table here would have been better, and I think with the poxwalkers I should have just pushed them right up on them. Just keep pushing them up on them. Come on, let's go. Push them. Afflict everything as much as I can. Again, this is the first time using this list, this new detachment, new codex. I really like it. I just need to, maybe for 3 weeks time, just have a, or 2 weeks time, 3 weeks time, go over the list and see what I can come up with, what I can muster together. And but anyway, guys, thank you for watching. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button because it costs you nothing. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss anything. Everyone smash the thumbs up button. That triggers YouTube to share this video with more and more people, which makes this amazing community of you guys grow even more. If you want to support the channel even further, there is a join button below. You can click on that and become a member with various different perks. Any comments or anything, chuck them below as always, guys. If you have run a Death Guard army since codex has come out, or if you have faced against someone that has, chuck your comments below and your thoughts and, you know, what detachment you did and that sort of thing. You know, because I need to beat this guy. I need to beat him. I was kind of hoping this would be the day. I just forgot about the gargoyles with their huge movement and their move, shoot, move business, and just blocking me in my deployment zone. I forgot about that. Had I not forgotten about that, I would have probably moved the Terminators to the other side and had them go up towards where the, you know, Von Ryan's Leapers and all that were over this side of the table. But then I could have put them into deep strike and just deep strike them down somewhere in the middle of the table. I know. But anyway, guys, until next week, hit the buttons for me. Comments below as always. Thanks for watching. Take it easy.